ML Fusion, episode 40. I just wish to apologize for any noise. You hear some people's voices in the background. This is being done right after ML Fusion 40 finished premiering on YouTube. And it gets a little rowdy in my building. They get noisy. So if you hear some voices, I'm sorry. Anyway, what did we get? We got maybe another week or so, 2 weeks left before Super Fight happens. Now, I gotta say this about Super Fight. I am interested in seeing it. It's been booked pretty well, even though I don't recognize the people in it. The presentation of Super Fight is actually pretty good. So I am kind of hyped for at least one match, and that is Low-Key versus Lawler. I still don't know much about Dirty Lawler. I believe his name is Filthy Dirty, whatever his name is. I'm still not really getting into him yet because since this is only the first couple of episodes I've seen, and I've only seen Lawler wrestle once, and that was against Simon Gotch. I don't really know him yet. But even though his promo skills are not that good, he, at least from what I saw, is good. In the sense that he's a decent wrestler with maybe some promo skills that needs to be improved on. I'm still learning about him. I'm sorry. It's just, that's the way it is right now for me personally. I still don't know the product that well. Now, the first match we got was Roosh. I believe his name is Roosh. Versus, Stanton. Stanton? What's the guy? Well, Stanton. I believe his name is Stanton. I'm mispronouncing his name because the very first time I've seen him. This was a okay match. I did enjoy it. Roosh, I'm not sure how to feel about the guy. It doesn't mean he's a bad wrestler. It doesn't mean that he doesn't have good promo skills. Well, the only thing he said was something in Spanish. I believe he said something about mule or something. I don't speak Spanish, so sorry guys. There's something about him I'm not sure about. Maybe it's due to the fact that I've only seen him once. That probably is the issue. Because a lot of these guys, I just don't know about yet. It isn't that their ring work is bad. It's just I don't know their character or personalities. And I'm still feeling a little awkward about it. But the match was good. And Roosh won. I don't know if that's good or bad. I just don't. So this is still a question if this is the good part of the storyline, if there is a storyline, if this is just a random match. I just don't know. Okay. Ariel. I remember him from last week. Ariel. And he went up against Ace Ramiro, sorry. Ace Marrero. And then there's another guy. I don't recognize him. It's like two really big guys, like the National Disasters, that are kind of building up into actually having a feud between each other. One that seems to be a legend who was sitting at the commentary table, and one who's an up-and-coming, brash, young wrestler, and the Ace Ramiro. I mispronounce things. I don't roll my R as well, sorry. It was an interesting situation seeing a super small guy versus a big monster guy. And Ariel did put a good effort. There was one point he just decided to fling himself at his in my face. That guy just took a straight jump straight at him. He just went whack and nothing happened, and then he got flattened. He was flattened. Period. Okay. The question is going to be where are these two monsters going to go? And who is the bad guy in this and who's the good guy? Is it the guy at the commentary table? You guys can tell me below who he is. Maybe I might recognize the name if you know who he is. And then you got Ace Ramiro. I don't know if he's a bad guy or a good guy. I've only seen him now twice to 3 times. And I just don't know if he's bad or good. The people like him. I just don't know. Brian Pillman Jr. had his promo trying to build up into Super Fight with that is supposedly now a tag match where he's going to be tagging up with someone versus Tommy Dreamer and his own partner that he chooses. I'm not happy. I'm sorry. I'm not happy. It's not that Brian Pillman Jr. did a bad job. Pillman didn't. It was the fact that the match that was last week was so disappointing. It was not a Singapore cane match. it was a joke match that really didn't put him over. And it didn't make Tommy look good either. If it was a real Singapore King match, that both of them had a regular match, just like Tommy Dreamer had against Sandman, and when the guy lost, he got himself beaten by a cane. That would have been something that could have made him. And it didn't. He wants another rematch. Well, he wants a match against Tommy, saying, I'm coming after you, Tommy. I am not done with you, Tommy. Why are you even bothering with Tommy? You just beat him. If you had this build up all the way into this cane match and you beat him, you got nothing to prove. So this one, I don't get him actually wanting to continue going after Tommy when they beat him at supposedly his own match, which it wasn't. And then I'm still angry about the match itself. That Pillman didn't get put over. I'm sorry. If there's a really good story here, it could be to the fact I'm still new at this in Fusion and I don't know much. I'm not lying. I don't know much about the stories that's going on. I feel disappointed. Now, Low-Key had an interview again with this Lennox. Casey Lennox. Oh, she's so good looking. Mackenzie is now gone from Impact Wrestling. Eventually, we will not see her on the show. So now I got a new person to stare at and say, will you be my woman? She's not bad as an interviewer. She's okay. She's beautiful. And Low-Key also did his part about trying to hype up the story between him and Filthy Lawler. I can say this. His promo, well, his interview was better than Lawler's promo. Because Lawler, like I said, I don't know about him very much. But Low-Key, I do. And he talked very fluent, very eloquent, saying, look, you're about to join an exclusive club, my friend. I have beaten practically anybody and everybody that has come through this company, and you're not going to be much different. You will be one of the few, the proud, the one that was beaten by me. Low-Key. That's what it was in a nutshell, and I was okay with that. I'm just hoping that we see real Low-Key, a vicious Low-Key that's going to destroy. And how Lawler is, hopefully he will be able to keep up with him and maybe surpass him. Because this is kind of like handing over a torch, counting if he's been booked properly. Ricky Martinez versus Gringo Loco. I finally remember the guy's name. Now, he came out with Selena. Well, let me back up. Selena had her interview with Lennox, pretty much saying, I'm going to be coming at you. Now, I'm talking about Sami Callihan. Sami screwed up dealing with Lawler, so she said she's going to have someone go at him and just going to finish him. I'm coming at you, I'm going to have someone finish you. That's when I first saw her today. Then she comes out to the ring, looking as pretty as ever. I gotta admit, she has a bone structure similar to a guy. Does not mean she ain't a good-looking woman. But that bone structure, damn, she's chiseled in the face. She got a chiseled face for a woman. And then you had Martinez coming out with the eye patch because he's still mocking, what is the guy's name? Brazil. And supposedly Brazil will face him again. I don't know when, I forgot. But he was just mocking him wearing the eye patch. Now, here's the thing for me when it came to this match. It wasn't the best match of the night. It wasn't. In fact, I think it was the worst match for one major situation. It wasn't that, well, Martinez was working bad in the ring. And it wasn't that Gringo Loco was working bad. In fact, I think Gringo Loco felt like a way better wrestler than Martinez was. He just seemed pretty stiff. And that showed throughout the match. He was a bit stiff, not hitting him, but flexibility. I think his flexibility was a bit off. Particularly when he was going to do a gut buster on on Gringo Loco, and he didn't even hit him properly. I don't know if maybe he thought that Gringo Loco had a messed up stomach and he didn't want to hurt him, or he just was way off the mark and he angled him towards his own stomach. It looked bad on camera. If Gringo Loco was hurt really badly, he shouldn't have been in that match. And if Martinez had to position himself like that to protect him, it looked bad. It just looked bad. I think he was just botchy and too stiff. He wasn't flexible, and he botched the gut buster that allowed him to win. It looked bad. Final match of the night. And that was the Hart Foundation versus Dirty Blondes. Dirty Blondes make me think of the Heavenly Adonis a little bit. Or the Heavenly Bodies, I'm sorry. They kind of make me think of the Heavenly Bodies with a manager who looks like, he looks like someone from, what is that movie again? Smoking the Bandit. Maybe I'll be able to find an image of it. And you'll see that he reminds me of him. The only thing, he didn't have a mustache. It was an okay match. It was short. It wasn't very long. And Davey Boy Smith Jr., which I wish he would have gone by David Hart Smith. I think when it comes to David Hart Smith, I know he's probably using the name, it's getting him some traction, or he's trying to honor his father. But to be honest, I'd rather see him as he really is. He's David Hart Smith. I'd rather see him as that. His real self, his real name. That's just me. The match was short and the Hart Foundation won. Now, the question's going to be, once Team Filthy goes up against the Lucha Brothers, when will these guys get a title match? That's going to be the question. In the end, was this a good show? It wasn't bad. The one really terrible botch was Martinez. He didn't even do that gut buster right. He just looked so freaking stiff. Unless I'm wrong and he was actually protecting Gringo Loco because he was hurt, I can understand it. But if he wasn't, it just looked bad. You can watch it. You might enjoy it. Have a good day. Have a good night. Peace!